Just for people that don't know me or anything about the channel, I'm based in London in the UK, and I'm a plumber that goes out every day as a heating engineer and do work across the capital. I just wanted to say a massive thanks to the support that I've been given from international people all around the world, so massive thanks. I've been doing my ACS, which here in the UK means that we have to retrain every 5 years as gas engineers, so we have to go through training to make sure that we're safe and competent. I'm a bit with my voice and I'm exhausted, but I'm trying my humanly best to make sure I put out content once a week. For the guys in the UK, which are the majority of the support clearly, again, massive thanks. And I never thought I would see this day, which is almost 2,000 subscribers. Today's is another mixed bag of a couple of services in here, couple of issues, sorry, and the other is some radiator fix and other bits and pieces. If not, we'll catch you on the next one. So thanks again. So we've got to change this radiator because it's completely and utterly knackered. I'm going to freeze it at one end with the eco-freeze and the other at that end. That's it, I'm going to replace this bit here. So my idea is to crack that nut, drain out the water, crack the nut. So we'll just wait to see if the pressure dies. Yep, the pressure dead. Well, it's helped me out, hasn't it? Radiator. Done a couple of new valves and brakes there. The old ones we couldn't use, but I've used the older nuts and that. Okay, so that's us finished. So new radiator one. Yeah, much better. Yeah. So a couple of elbows in there.
I don't think we'd have got any closer with the rad.
Off a bit. Yeah. Doesn't take much. We put one in each side. This is just so that the transference of the cold. So quickly open that up. Let's go to work. That's all on there. Turn it on, boost it up at 22, press the cold button to freeze, and we leave it. Doing this pipe freeze here. Whilst this is doing this, I'm going to go and service the boiler, and then I've got another radiator to change in here. Okay, so we've got a 6-year-old Vaillant. Just show you how it looks after 6 years. 2014, I think it was fitted. Look inside. So here you go. So a little bit dusty, but this was power flushed, not had a diverter. This has been serviced every year and has been tickety-boo. Just undo it. First things first, let's get some water out of this magna clean. So we're isolating this boiler. See up here on the condense, yeah, I think in this case I'm going to take the burner out and I'm going to put some new inhibitor in there. Inhibitor, just try that. Filter out. I've taken the O-ring out, silicone grease on there, and that'll go back nicely. Inhibitor put back in, all nice and clean, and we've lubed the top. Tighten that up, tighten that up. That's our bleep from the... Down that one. Drain down from here, so put your little widget on. Pretty simple, pretty easy to do. Use this all the time, as I say. So do you see this is quite orangey and it's got this sort of metallic-y, rusty particles of mass destruction. Probably sand and cement and brickwork and stuff that it's sucked in and incinerated it, let's say. Checked our vessel, pull the burner out and have a look. That's the gas inlet, and on this I use a T-bar because it's quicker. It's undone, give it a little wiggle, pull it out, have a look inside it. So just want to clean that up. Good inspection. So yeah, you can see here, it's worth having a look in here. Wouldn't do any harm, would it? Burner seal, new one installed. I like to put the joint, I don't know why I prefer it up at the top, not at the bottom. Grease, which we used to use a hell of a lot in the automotive industry on, And now we're going to just put it back in, and then we'll clean that seal up for the electrodes and put a new one of those, tighten it up. That's it. Okay, and top. Okay, so I like to take the nut off so it looks nicer. So take the nut off, clean it up, bit of Scotch Brite, and back on with the bits and pieces. Quickly fitted radiator valve. Not too shabby. Diaphragm in there, and the diaphragm is split and now the air's coming out of it, so that's proof that that's knackered. So there's 3 bar in there and it's coming through, and the hose is pretty knackered. So we pulled it out as a working thing and it's split right there. It was very lucky to get away with it. Clearly that one there bubbling away. So that's us, that's our next job done. Dusting. How I conduct a service. I'm not going to go through every single aspect of the gas side. Provisional checks on this. The first thing I always do, check the boiler functions. The reason I do this, you don't have the boiler functions. So that's our first check. Go to the stack. Turn that on, boiler's firing up, I can hear it. Check the radiators, radiators are getting warm. I know that the heating and the hot water work now. You could have a customer that says to you, oh well I want it servicing, but actually it doesn't work. I'm going to turn it off first of all, and sure enough, there's a leak. Initial inspections, no issue with the automatic air vent, so we'll undo the condense tray. So generally check down the bottom. So you're looking for signs of distress. See a bit of rubbish. That's so typical of automatic air vent at the top. Tube up here. There you go. And we've isolated the boiler. Undo this. And as we do, the water will start coming out the other way. So I want to get the pressure down here to zero. Zero pressure in the boiler. The expansion vessels. So what I do, I undo this. I've got an angled one of these. Check the pressure. 18 psi. Seems quite high, doesn't it? 13. That's good enough for me. So that's off. Check the electrodes. Earth off. It's a machine screw, but this one, by God! Oh, look at that. Definitely needs a clean. Snapped off. I wasn't expecting this. So the screw for the electrode is just broken there. Clearly whoever fitted that has either cross-threaded it. This was supposed to be, that was loose. This was supposed to be a routine service. That's quite an easy fit, easy take out. That off, socket, driver. It was not what I had in mind today. So a little bit of a shimmy. Okay. First thing I'll do is I'll just gently take this off. I'll drill that out. It's got rusted in there or twisted. So there's no confusion. Like that. And that. This was supposed to be my easiest day of the week. I'm going to undo this because it could get in my way. It's rusted. So when you think you're doing a service and it's going to be a piece of cake, think again. That's it. Sight glass. File off the top of it. That's one side. Just do the other side. That'll do me. Nice sharp centre punch. So 2.5mm goes through the centre. 2.5mm drill, real nice and gentle with this. not bad, straight through the middle of it. So that's the centre done. M4 finished. Turn it backwards till it clicks. There you go, that's the one we need. It's probably slightly too big, the hole, sorry, too small, so this is going to try and cut out the other bit. But that's okay. Number 2, come through. Won't have this issue ever again, and that's how it fits. Beautiful. And I tell you what, let's go crazy so that the next engineer, when he comes along, thinks, wow, that's a nice job. Too high grade. And change this. Cool. That's the other one, is it? Cool. Unfortunately, it's split there, so it's not worth it. And whenever you mess around with these things, it's worth it. So we got a new seal for these bits and pieces. And typically the light goes out. We're just going to wash this all through. Don't believe it. This battery's gone dead too. The sight glass one on first.
This is the one for viewing the flying picture, so...
I think that the issue is that if you don't service a lot of this stuff, then this is why you get issues. We've got our X here and our X on that side there, so we know that it goes in that way. And then you just need the washers back on, burner. This will get a bit of a clean in a minute. It's about 4 or 5 years old, this boiler, so bit of dust. Stuff that, checked it inside, it looked fine. Get our new gasket and put that in. That seems pretty clean. Change it, it's £31. Wow, that's an expensive gasket. Maybe I should go into the business of making gaskets. Don't break it, whatever you do. That's it there. In position, so we pop that on. Make our burner. Almost forgot. Put this back on. Clearly, you don't want to forget putting this on. Just want to go nice and gently. Goes in at the bottom, and that's us. Just need washers on, and with the nuts. And don't forget the spade connector on the right hand side. On the lowest setting, clean up these electrodes. And when you're cleaning these, hold on to them here. Don't hold on over them, otherwise you could snap them. I'm going to take a file just to the ends here. We've got the ends of these cleaned up, nice and gently. Pop them back in. So that goes through there. Yeah. Just going to start them off in there. Hopefully they're not going to give us any grief. Don't forget we've got to tighten the burner gasket down, and that's going to go for the earth. The rectification. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so these go up here, one is here. Okay, so that's those two. Clearly you need to put that back on. Crosshatch kind of way. And these are dual electrical connections. Just put this back in. Screw up there. We'll check this for tightness in a bit. Goes in there. Just make sure that one down there is tightened. This is the one with the insert. So I always turn them backwards. I'm sure most of you know that by now. If that gasket was £31, can you imagine how much that piece of aluminium would have been? And the gas back on, and we'll do our safety checks in a minute. The majority of our service done. The flue analysis in a minute. This side. Something going on. Change this. There's pressure coming out of there. Just replace it. keep an eye on it while we're here for a bit. So now that we've done that, we can top it up the pressure. Boiler back on. Now we've got no power. This ain't going to be my day, is it? Let's go down to the fuse board. If it's tripped out. It's just like a battle of wheels, eh? Hope it's something simple like it isn't. Well, the strange thing is that there's power program. We'll soon find out. Well, what do you think? It's not like your life's hard enough, is it? Turn the power off and we'll get this sorted out. Because I do want to get out of this sometime today. There are lace furls on it. So one of these. Before you say no, I don't have any blue ones. Tidy these up so that they come apart next time somebody services it. And that is as good as I can get that. Our electrical issue over here. Bingo. Give it an extra hour. That's a good start. Probe. Left hand side, if I remember right. So I've got it on max. That's well within service limits. Do our printout. Do our printout. Turn it back to what the customer had it on. Check all the way around all of the burner seals. Found in the room, no CO, nothing, so I'm happy with that now. Make sure we haven't left any tools in here or anything disconnected or anything so that we get a recall. Check the condense and do a gas rate. So, cover back on. A very long day on one boiler. Need to check this, and we've got no leaks. Do the condense trap, which is located right in the abyss. An awkward one in this case, so Z. Well, and we'll have a look, see what's going on. This is a condense trap as it was. You can see our main combi just on the service. And that's a good reason why you should service a boiler. See a lot of sand in there, all sorts. But most of that is aluminium. Don't say it's going to block the customer's sink. The amount of rubbish that comes. Put the O-ring back in and we'll refit it. Bit of a wriggle.
Please make sure you fit the O-ring.
And that is pretty much dry up everything that you can. The last check. We'll just do this. Put that on there. Okay. It's 23 millibars. Now, no appliances running. 20 millibars. 19 and a bit. Just turn it right up. 19.5, perfectly acceptable. All of the settings the way it was, and knowing that we've done our safety, our flue, all of our checks, and we're good. We're good to go. Happy with this, finally. And purely from a safety point of view, make sure you've left the taps, the valves on, filling loop off. Controls the way it was, and your last but not least, make sure you've done the flow checks. Okay. Hands running. Goes to fire. F28. Check the gas on. Got no gas. Here's our meter. Let's turn it on. We'll have to do our test to make sure that everything's okay, because I've just turned the gas on. Who knows? Could be an escape, could be anything. Hot water. 22. We are good to go. Screws. No access to flue sample points yet.